Hey book nerds, it's Sarah and welcome to the weekly vlog. So it's currently Tuesday, the 21st of November, and this is going to be such an exciting vlog because it's a very exciting week. So before I jump into what's going on this week, I wanted to quickly talk about the books that I'm going to be reading in this vlog, or the books that I'm currently in the middle of. If you watched the previous weekly vlog, then you already know which books that I am in the middle of. The first book that I'm going to be showing you is my physical read, which is Kingdom of the Cursed by Carrie Maniscalco. It is the second book in the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy, and I am currently on chapter 11, which is page 147. So the place that I'm currently at in this book pretty much feels like a third of the way through to me, and I'm definitely planning on making some significant progress in this week. I'm really hoping to actually finish this so I can move on to other physical books that I would like to read before November is over. So this is the first book that I'm currently reading, and the second one is my audiobook, which is Hidden, book 10 in the House of Night series. One of my goals for 2023 was to complete the House of Night series. I have owned these books for years and I have only read up to book 10, so up until this bad boy right here, and I really want to complete the series this year. I have tried many times over the years to actually complete this series up until the very end, but I've never been able to because as I was nearing the end, I always got bored and wanted to move on to something else. But this year I am finally plowing through the final books in the series, and I'm really happy about it. I am currently on page 179, which is chapter 15. I have about a third left of this. So in this one, I was a third of the way through, and in this one, I have only a third left. And like I mentioned, this is the audiobook that I'm currently listening to. I listen to audiobooks while doing household chores, and I also listen to them while I'm in traffic, while I'm driving to and from work. So since I only have a third left of this, I think I'm going to be able to finish this within the next 2 days, I think. I have work tomorrow, so I'm going to be definitely listening to more of this, and then I also have a very long car ride planned for the week, but we're going to come back to that in a little bit. So I definitely think that it is in the cards for me to finish this book this week. So these are the two books that I'm currently reading. Okay, so with those out of the way, I can finally talk to you guys about my exciting plans for the week. Tomorrow is my last day of work for the week, and then on Thursday, my partner and I, we are driving to New York to visit my family for American Thanksgiving, and I'm going to be documenting the whole trip. I'm going to be vlogging the car ride, and we are also going Black Friday book shopping at Barnes & Noble. I am so excited. I've already started perusing the Barnes & Noble website, and there are a few books that I would really like to pick up. They are currently having a sale where there's a selection of books that are 50% off, and there's also another selection of books that are buy one, get the other 50% off. But those aren't the only deals that they will be having for Black Friday. They have other ones that aren't announced on their website yet. So I'm really excited to see what kind of deals there will be and also what books that I'll find. I'm hoping to find a couple of Barnes & Noble exclusive editions that are signed by the authors. That's my goal, but we'll see what the Barnes & Noble that I go to has in stock. I think the last time that I went to Barnes & Noble was like in 2019, so the last time that I visited my family in New York was before the pandemic. I remember vividly that Barnes & Noble trip because I just love that place so much, and I don't get to go there often, obviously. And I remember that specific time I went there to pick up a copy of The Queen of Nothing that had just come out. So I got a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition with the different cover, and it was signed by Holly Black, and it was just so cool to go there and pick up that signed edition. So I'm really excited to see what I'll be able to find when I go to Barnes & Noble this time around. So this weekly vlog is going to be super fun and super exciting, and I cannot wait for the rest of the week to roll around. Also, like I mentioned at the beginning of the vlog, it's currently Tuesday. I'm starting this weekly vlog a day late because yesterday was such a hectic day at work. I was supposed to finish work at 4 and I ended up leaving the office at 6. So I was home around 7. So I didn't have much downtime yesterday. So I got home, I ate dinner, I relaxed a little bit, and then I went to bed. I didn't read much yesterday. I only listened to 2 chapters of Hidden. So I read only 30 pages yesterday, but I was just so exhausted from having worked like a nearly 10-hour shift, and it was very busy too. So I was physically and mentally exhausted. So I got home and I just relaxed, went to bed early, and it felt really nice. As for today, I had work until 3. It was busy today as well, but not as busy as it was yesterday. So I kind of got a little mental break. It was a chill morning, and then in the afternoon it kind of picked up a little, but it was manageable, so it wasn't too bad. I got home at around 3:30 and I chilled for a little while, like I was watching reels on YouTube, and then I finished the editing for the weekly vlog that I just posted. It's actually processing right now. Then I had dinner. I watched a couple of episodes of Bones on Disney Plus while I played a game on my Switch, and now here we are. So that has been my day so far, and now for the rest of the evening I'm going to be indulging in some much needed physical reading. I haven't read my physical book in about like 2 days because I just haven't had the urge to physically read because I was very low on energy. So I rested and I played cozy video games while listening to the end of Destined, which is the book before Hidden, and then I started this one. So last week I did a lot of audiobook listening and not much physical reading, so hopefully I can change that this week. So that's pretty much it for this intro. I was trying to keep it short as much as possible. So I showed you guys my current reads. I talked to you guys about my very exciting plans for the week, and also I talked to you guys about how my day went and what I'm going to be doing very soon. With all of that said and out of the way, I think it's time for me to end the clip, get settled in bed with my book, and read some Kingdom of the Cursed. So I hope you guys enjoy the weekly vlog. Now let's go read. Hi guys, so I'm back home, and I've been back home for a little while now, but it has been a very busy evening. So I got home around like 5:15-ish, and then I started cleaning the whole entire apartment because we're leaving for New York tomorrow. I am super excited. So since we are leaving tomorrow, I really wanted this place to be clean. So I did the dishes, I tidied up, and now I'm currently doing laundry. So while I put the load of clothes that is just finished in the washer, I thought that I would talk to you guys about my day and update you on my reading. So it was really nasty outside today. Yesterday evening it snowed, and then in the middle of the night the snow turned into freezing rain, and then earlier this morning it just turned into plain rain. So there was slush literally everywhere outside, and it was nasty on the roads and on the highway. So this morning, instead of waking up at like 5:45, I was up at like 5:20, and I was out of here at 6 a.m. because I had no idea what it would be like on the highway, and I didn't want to chance, you know, getting stuck in extra traffic and being late to work. So I left early and I got to work around like 7. So at least I wasn't late. Honestly, the roads weren't too bad. The only thing was that it was extremely wet, so visibility sucked this morning on the road. So like I just said, I got to work at 7 and I logged on at 7:45, and work was pretty busy, but I was working the chat service today and I was the supervising counselor once again. So I had a more chill day than my colleagues did, but we did have like a couple of more complicated or more delicate situations that I had to help them handle. So yes, it was a hectic day. However, I still managed to get some reading in, which I'm very happy about. And I have been on a roll today with my reading. I'm just going to start my washing machine and my dryer, and then we can move to the living room and I'll talk to you guys about my reading in like more detail. Okay, so we are officially migrated to the living room. Now I can properly show you guys my books and talk about the progress that I made in those books today. We're going to start off this update by talking about my physical read, which is Kingdom of the Cursed. I'm just not realizing that I read last night before bed exactly like I told you guys I would, but I haven't updated you yet on my progress. So last night I was on page 147 and I read 2 chapters. I made it to page 185, and today I read from page 185 all the way to 255. So I managed to read 70 pages while I was at work. So I was super happy to make some progress, and now I am getting closer towards the end of the book. I'm actually planning on reading more of this tonight. I don't know how far into it I'll make it. In my head I was like, oh, it would be so fun if I finish this book tonight, but realistically I don't think that's gonna happen because I just spent the last like 2 hours cleaning. I'm tired and I just want to chill because I worked all day. So I don't know if I'm going to be gravitating much towards my physical read, but I have been listening to more of Hidden while I was cleaning up the apartment. So before I got home and started listening to this while I was doing my chores and my laundry and the dishes and stuff like that, I was on chapter 15, page 179, and now I'm on chapter 18, which is page 215. So I didn't listen to much of this, only like 3 chapters while I was doing my chores, but I'm planning on taking the rest of the evening pretty chill. So I think I'm going to either play some games or I'm just going to lay down and listen to the audiobook. My Scribd app says that I have about an hour and 40 minutes left on double speed. So I think that if tonight I really want to take it easy, I can play a cozy game on my Switch or I can go play on my PC, and I could actually finish this book tonight. That way I can start Revealed while on the road trip to New York tomorrow. So we'll see how my energy levels are tonight. But I did read like a pretty good amount today, nearly 100 pages so far, so I'm really happy. I don't know what it is with me today, but ever since I woke up, I've been in such a reading mood, so I'm really happy to be making like some significant progress in the books that I'm currently reading. And also, I think that it's exciting that I am adding more books to my total books read for the year. So that's pretty much it for how my day went, what I've been doing up until now, and also for the reading update. So for the rest of the evening, like I said, I'm going to take it super easy. I'm going to go make myself a coffee, settle in, have some dinner, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook of Hidden while I just wind down from my busy day and also my busy week. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be pretty busy around here because I have to finish packing. We also have a couple of stops to make before we head out like officially on the road for New York. So tomorrow morning it's going to be a very busy morning, but I'm going to be so relieved once we're like officially on the road, and I can't wait. And I also cannot wait because a road trip is prime reading time. I just hope I don't get car sick if I try to read, because I can read in the car just fine, but if I read for too long, then I might start to get nauseous. So I think I'll bring some like anti-nausea meds just in case, but hopefully I'll be able to read without too many issues in the car tomorrow. I feel like the vibes are just going to be so perfect. I'm going to have my book, we're gonna have like the nice scenery, and I cannot wait to bring you guys along with us. So that was pretty much it for today's update. If I manage to read some, or if I listen to my audiobook, I will of course get some B-roll clips in here. But other than that, this is going to be it for the chatty portion of today's updates. So I'm going to go and get on with my evening, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow when we're on the road to New York. Hey guys, so we are back home. I loved spending time with my family, don't get me wrong, but it feels so nice to be in my own things, in my own environment, and I am exhausted. I didn't drive at all during this trip, both to go to New York and to come back. My partner offered, but I don't know, I feel like it's more tiring for me to be a passenger than to actually drive because my brain isn't, you know, stimulated, so I feel like it's a lot more tiring for me to be the passenger than to drive. So I feel really glad to be home and to be in my PJs and to sleep in my own bed also. That is something that I have missed for these last few days. Like, my back is killing me from sleeping on an air mattress. But we had so much fun in New York. Obviously, I didn't film that much because it was Thanksgiving. I was with family that I hadn't seen in a really long time. I did film a couple of B-roll snippets of my trip to Barnes & Noble, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching those. And considering that so far this vlog is very, very short, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the clips from these last few days and just put them in the next weekly vlog for the week that is starting today. So this video is just basically going to be a longer weekly vlog. It's going to have a couple of extra days in it. I hope that you guys don't mind. But if I publish this as like its own separate video, it's going to be very, very short. So I thought that I would just, you know, incorporate everything into one single video because obviously I am going to be vlogging this upcoming week because although I have work, I have other fun things planned. Like, I'm going to put up my Christmas tree. I'm going to go to the library. This time we're really going to go, hopefully. So fret not, there are still really fun things to come in this video. So right now it is 20 to 7. We got home about like 20 minutes ago, so I've just been slowly unpacking everything, and now I'm seated at my desk because I think while I'm just having a really light dinner, I'm going to start editing the first portion of this vlog, which is the trip to New York, so that way I can have like a little bit of advance on the editing. And then after that, I'm not quite sure what I want to do for the rest of the evening. Obviously, I'm going to be going to bed early because work tomorrow, but until then, I think I'm either going to play just a chill video game either on my PC or my Switch, or I'm going to read because I do miss reading. I haven't read much this weekend, like I said, because I was with family. So if my energy allows it, I definitely do want to get some reading in this evening. So that's pretty much it for this little update clip. I just wanted to let you guys know that we're back home, that this vlog is going to be a 2-week weekly vlog, and that unfortunately I didn't vlog or read much during my trip to New York for very understandable and obvious reasons. So I'm going to go chill, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow about any reading and stuff like that because I'm going to let the camera charge before it dies on me and just enjoy my very chill evening after a very crazy and hectic Thanksgiving weekend with my family. Hey friends, so it's Monday, we're back home after a day of work, and oh my gosh, do I have a lot of things to tell you guys. So while I was at work today, I finished Kingdom of the Cursed. I had like nearly 200 pages left, and I ate them up like that. Oh my goodness. Needless to say, this book was 5 flippin' stars. It was so good. Since this is a sequel, I can't say much without spoiling the series. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the book cover right here while I'm talking about the book, because I have a lot of thoughts and feelings that I need to share. So if you've read this or you don't care to read this, you can stick around. But if you haven't and you plan on reading this, I'm going to highly suggest that you mute the video or skip forward until the book cover disappears, because I am going to be talking about some stuff that is going to be spoilery. So while I'm talking, I am going to be making an iced coffee. So for those of you who are going to keep watching but mute the screen, you guys will be able to see me make a coffee. And for those of you who are skipping ahead, well, you'll see the end result. Okay, you guys, this book was insane. I'm still not the biggest fan of Amelia. However, she did go through an impressive character development and character growth in this book, and so did Wrath. And you guys, their hate to love slow burn romance was nearly my undoing. It was so intense. I don't know if you can tell, but look how many light blue tabs in here I have. Okay, you definitely can't tell, never mind. But let me tell you, there are a lot in here, and most of these are spicy scenes. And you guys, I felt so embarrassed reading this at work because some of those scenes, oh my gosh, they could make you weak in the knees. So I really found the storyline of the second book a lot more interesting than the first one, because we are finally in the 7 circles of hell. So we are learning a lot more about the kingdom of the wicked. We're also learning about how the royal system works there, and also we're getting a feel for the lay of the land. So I really love that. Okay, now I'm getting into the really big plot twists. So if by some mistake you haven't muted this or you haven't skipped ahead, if you want to read this, I'm giving you like one last chance. The plot twist, we're going to say plot twist. So our boy Wrath is the king of hell. Was I surprised? A little bit. I had an inkling of a feeling that that was the direction in which Carrie Maniscalco was taking us. And I have had that thought in the back of my mind since the end of book 1. So I kind of had a feeling that that was, you know, where we were being steered, but having it revealed officially to us was still a little bit surprising. Like, I was still very pleasantly surprised when I read it, mostly because I was like, ha, I was right. But it was still like a fun reveal, especially the part about Amelia coming to that realization. That was fun. It was really nicely written. But the thing that had me reeling the most, our girl Vittoria isn't dead. The fact that the book ended so closely after that reveal left me with so many more questions that I had answers to, and it made me so excited to read the last book, which is exactly what I'm going to do tonight, by the way. But yeah, Vittoria, not dead, completely alive, and I feel like the last book is going to be an epic battle of like good versus evil, you know, Amelia versus Vittoria. So that's something really exciting that I'm looking forward to. And y'all, the ending of the book, when Amelia finally accepts her marriage bond with Wrath, I was reeling. I was like, freaking finally. But at the same time, I was like, okay, you took your sweet time. There was a lot of hate to love banter. Like, I'm all there for that trope. I absolutely love enemies to lovers. And the buildup was really good. Like, we got 2 books of like lustful yet angry dialogue between them both, and like it had me deceased, quite honestly. So like it was perfection, and I can't wait to see how their relationship evolves in the 3rd book, because I feel like they are going to be such a power couple in hell, and like I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm done now. So yes, this book was 5 freaking stars, and this is what I'm going to start next. I'm really proud of myself because I didn't think that I would be able to finish this before November ended, but I was like really into this book. Like from the halfway point, I was invested and I was flipping page after page and I couldn't flip them fast enough. So I'm really excited to dive into this now. I feel like it's going to be a wild ride. It's a little bit shorter than the middle book here, but hopefully it doesn't disappoint me because so far books 1 and 2 were such successes for me. So I'm really excited to start this later. So yes, that was my very short and very rambly and also very spoilery little section there about Kingdom of the Curse. I could have honestly talked so long about that book because I have so many feelings, but I feel like I haven't had enough time to digest everything and dissect it properly in order to talk about it in a coherent fashion. So I guess that little section that we have about me raving about the book is what we're going to get for now. So now that we have talked about the book that I have just finished and we talked about the book that I'm going to start tonight, I thought that I would catch you up on my day and tell you guys about like plans I have for the rest of the evening. A little intermission while I brew my espresso because you guys won't be able to hear me over this loud ass coffee machine. The espresso is now brewed and now it is time to shake it vigorously and hope I don't make a mess. Like so. And then I'm gonna grab my brand new cup. I am obsessed with this cup. I bought it at Target because obviously I couldn't go to New York, to the US, without stopping at Target. Ice goes in the cup. And now we pour the shaken espresso on top. And then we add some milk. You could do your milk of choice. And that's it. I'm just gonna give it a good stir. And there's my coffee. I'm trying to remember what I was talking to you guys about when I interrupted myself by brewing my Nespresso pod. Oh yeah, I was telling you guys about my day and also the plans for the rest of the day. So went to work this morning, nothing out of the ordinary, woke up at 5:30, got my lunch, my coffee ready, hopped in the car, met some traffic and drove all the way to work. I finished at 4 and I got here around 4:45-ish. Now it's 6:30. Now, as for my plans for the evening, I really want to start Kingdom of the Feared like I just mentioned. However, I don't know how far I'm actually going to make it into Kingdom of the Feared because at the end of the work day, my family and I, we were sharing pictures of Mia, our baby that we lost, because tomorrow is going to be the anniversary of her death. I was not okay after that, after reminiscing like that. I still miss her a lot, and grief is a really funny thing. Sometimes you can go days without thinking of it, and you can go days with being okay and then suddenly you're not okay. And earlier today I definitely wasn't okay. Like I had a total emotional breakdown as soon as I left the office, and on my way home from work I was bawling my eyes out in the car. So I had no idea if I was going to be able to film these clips and these updates tonight, but for right now I'm fine, but I still feel kind of emotional, so I don't know what kind of evening I'm gonna have, to be quite honest. I do want to read because it is a form of self-therapy. I read because it makes me feel good, it makes me feel happy, it makes me feel relaxed. But then on the other hand, sometimes reading requires more energy of me than what I have like available. So I'm not quite sure, to be honest, what my evening's going to look like. I might just sit on my couch with my dinner and listen to my audiobook of Revealed, I think it is, book 11 in the House of Night series, and play some games on my Switch. Or I'm going to lie down in bed, go to bed early, and read Kingdom of the Feared all cuddled up in bed. So I don't know yet what my evening has in store for me, but regardless, if I end up listening to my audiobook or reading some of my physical book, I do still want to get more reading in today because I'm on such a streak and I'm in such a reading mood. It's just my energy that feels like it's faltering right now. I definitely will update you guys on like what I end up doing, but for right now, I'm just going to go make and have dinner, and then I'm going to put my PJs on and get all comfy, and I guess I'll wait and see what the evening has in store for me. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hi guys, so it's Thursday, I am back home and it's time to put up the Christmas tree. I'm so excited. I'll explain more about why I'm doing this today specifically in a little bit, but I thought that it would be some really fun B-roll if you guys watched me put together my new Christmas tree, so that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So I've just finished fluffing out the tree for the most part. To be quite honest, this is the part that I hate the most about putting up a Christmas tree, because you spend so much time finicking with the branches to make sure that it looks full, and I'm just excited to decorate it. So I think that I'm just going to leave this as is. If there are like any sections that need to be fixed, like with ornaments and stuff, or I mean once the ornaments are put on, then we'll go about fixing it. But I think for now it looks fine. We'll test it out like as is, but I'm just excited to turn on the lights, see if they work. I'm gonna need an extension cord. I'm gonna have to find one. Okay, so I found the power cord. Let's see if this works. And yes, I changed out of the hoodie because it was sweltering. Let's see if it works. Okay. The bottom lit up. I think I might have missed a section. Let's try this again. Oh my god. Why? Okay, how on earth am I supposed to connect all of these damn lights? This is an issue. Oh my god. So my camera is about to die. I'm gonna go try and finish figuring out these lights while you charge, and then we'll come back to decorate. Hello lovely people. So it's Thursday, November 30th. I haven't done much of anything today because I woke up with one of the worst migraines I've had in a really long time, so I nearly slept the whole day. About an hour and a half ago, my migraine finally started to lessen, so I'm just catching up on like a bunch of things that I wanted to do today, like read, relax, edit some of this vlog. So I feel like today I'm going to be going to bed
rather late, which I mean is fine. I basically slept the whole day. But the reason that I am popping on here is to give you guys a reading update. So in the clip of me putting up the Christmas tree, you guys saw that I started Revealed, and I actually tried to start it, but the entire second half of the prologue is missing in the audiobook on Scribd. So I was listening to it and I was at like chapter 3, I think. So I listened to the prologue, the first chapter, the second one, and the third one, and I was like, what is going on? I am so confused. I felt like I missed a big chunk of the story, and I went and got my physical book out, and turns out that there's quite a bit of the prologue missing. So what I'm planning on doing tonight is physically reading the prologue, and then I think I should be okay to continue listening to it. This is so weird. It's never happened to me before that there has been like an entire chunk of a book missing while I was listening to it on audio. I think it just might be like an uploading mistake, but thankfully I have like a physical copy of the book, so it's not that big of a deal. I just feel like it kind of sucks for people who are relying solely on Scribd and on that audiobook that's on there to get the full story. Yeah, so that was really bizarre. So yeah, tonight I am planning on reading some of this. I'm going to physically read the prologue, and then I will move back to the audiobook as initially planned. Now for my physical read, Kingdom of the Feared, I am in the middle of chapter 2. So when I started this initially, I only read the first chapter and the prologue. I didn't make it far in this because I was reading this at work, and then work got busy, so I put this aside. And yesterday I didn't read anything because it was just a very chill day. I worked all day. It was a busy day at work once again, and I had dinner at my parents' house last night, which you guys saw a couple of clips of me with Abby. So yesterday I got home at like 9, and I went to bed not long after that because I was feeling really sick. I was feeling really nauseous. I don't really know why, but I think it has a link with like my migraine today. I think I'm just starting to get sick. So yesterday was pretty uneventful, today too, but hopefully the rest of my evening is going to make up for it. So that's kind of been like the situation for the last few days. And now for the rest of the evening, I'm going to start by reading the prologue of Revealed. But before that, I'm gonna go make myself an iced coffee, and then maybe I will move to my physical book, or I will keep reading Revealed via the audiobook once I have passed the prologue, and either play on my Switch or do some rough cut editing for this current vlog that you are watching. So that's pretty much it. I didn't do much reading in these last few days, but that was to be expected because on Tuesday it was the 1-year anniversary of Mia's passing. So I've been pretty depressed for these last few days, so I didn't feel like doing much. I just slept a lot, and now I think I'm starting to get sick, which is why I slept all day today too. So hopefully I will be able to make up all of the reading that I missed out on this week, this coming weekend. I also want to film my December monthly reset this weekend, so that's also on my to-do list. So I might film that video either tomorrow or Saturday, and tomorrow evening I'm going Christmas shopping at the mall with my sister. We just want to try and get as much done as possible before like the stores get hectic. So I feel like it's going to be a pretty chill weekend. I'll be able to get some reading done and rest if I am starting to get sick. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go make my much needed coffee, and then I'm going to get to reading. Okay, so it's 9:40. It's been a little while because I called my mom and talked to her on the phone. Then I made my coffee, which you see right here, and I just finished reading the prologue of Revealed. And now that I have physically read it, what I listened to via audiobook makes so much more sense now. So now that I have finished the prologue, I will be able to switch back to the audiobook, and for the rest of the evening, I'm just planning on sitting in my comfortable reading chair, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook by the light of the Christmas tree, which you can barely see right now because of the aperture. Hold on. There it is. Okay, I'm really in love with where I put my Christmas tree. It's in the middle of the living room, right next to my reading nook. And with the light of the tree next to me, I feel like it just gives the coziest vibes to read to. So that's what I'm planning on doing for the rest of my night. I'm just going to lie back in this really comfy chair. I'm going to drink my very delicious coffee, and I'm going to listen to my audiobook while playing cozy video games on my Switch. I've had a really rough week this week because of the anniversary of Mia's death, but right in this moment, I feel good. I feel peaceful. My headache's gone, and I am just reading and indulging in some self-care. And after the week I had, I think that's exactly what I need. I have Mia's collar on the top of the tree, so it's like she's sitting here reading with me like she used to, trying not to get choked up, but it's just a very peaceful and cozy night tonight. I'm alone at home. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but my partner works the evening shift, so he finishes work at 1 a.m. So I'm alone every single evening. So because he finishes working at 1 a.m., I spend my evenings alone, and I really appreciate these moments alone because it gives me the time that I need to relax and recharge just in silence with me and my emotions and my thoughts. Sometimes that's not good. Sometimes it's the total opposite, but in nights like these where I feel good, it's good to be alone and to just bask in this atmosphere, in this coziness, and in this peacefulness. So that's exactly what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to put some B-roll clips if I decide to switch over to my physical read. I might try and read some of Kingdom of the Feared before heading to bed, but for right now, I really want to play on my Switch and listen to more of Revealed, so that's exactly what I'm gonna go do. But yeah, the vibes are immaculate. I feel good tonight, so I'm going to enjoy it while I can. What? I don't know. Okay, bye.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we have a slight change of plans. Every single chapter on Scribd for Revealed has half of it missing. So I just wrote to the support for Scribd, and it'll take 24 to 48 hours for them to get back to me on this issue. It's really weird because I haven't had this problem with any of the other audiobooks that I've ever listened to on Scribd, and I have had a Scribd membership for like 3 years now, I think, and I've listened to a lot of audiobooks on there, so I don't understand what's going on. I think it might be that the file that they downloaded from the publisher is in itself incomplete, but that really sucks, and that means that I can't listen to Revealed via audiobook, at least not for now, because I'm going to miss half the story. So I don't really know what to do in the meantime, so I guess I'm just going to physically read it if I want to read it. I'm kind of bummed because I always have an audiobook handy because I listen to them when I'm doing chores around the apartment. I listen to them while I'm in traffic, when I go to work, and when I come home from work. So I just don't really know what to listen to now. But yeah, that just really sucks. I'm kind of upset. I was really looking forward to listening to this tonight, but hey, sometimes plans change and you just gotta go with the flow. So I think I'm going to start one of the House of Night novellas instead. Either that, or I'm just going to put on a booktube video and listen to that while I chill. I'm really curious, has this ever happened to one of you guys? Like your ebooks or your audiobooks on the app that you're using, either Audible or Kindle or Scribd, has had content missing? Because it's never happened to me before, so this is a first. Okay guys, so I'm so excited because I finally got my library card. So here it is. It's my library card. So while they were making my library card, I just went to quickly check out the sections of books that they had in English. And for the YA section, it really felt like I was transported back into like early 2010s fiction. Unfortunately, there weren't many new releases, but the mystery thriller section was actually pretty decently stocked with like recent books. So that's really fun. And another thing that is also fun is that I can do interlibrary borrowing. So I can go on this website that we have that connects all of the libraries, and if there's like a specific book that I want to read, they can ship it from another library to my local library. So I think moving forward, that's what I'm going to do, since I'm going to have like specific books that I want to borrow from the library. But I had so much fun just walking through the aisles, perusing the books and seeing what they had, and I'm really happy that I finally have my own library card. I've been meaning to go for the last like 2-3 weeks, and we finally did today, so I'm super happy. And I'm also really glad to finally have it, because for 2024 I set a goal for myself to try to buy a little bit less books and borrow more from the library, so we'll see how that goes in the coming year. So now that my little excursion to the library is over, I have one more stop at the grocery store to make before heading back home and continuing to read. So I'm going to do that, and then I will talk to you guys once I'm back home. Hey guys, so this is going to be the last clip of the vlog, but before I go ahead and end the video, I just wanted to give you guys a quick reading update. So just now I finished Revealed by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. I am giving this book a 3.5 star rating. Rereading this series as an adult is so interesting because I have been looking through like my reviews for all of the previous books in this series, and my reviews are really all over the place in terms of like star ratings. I've had books in this series that were 5 stars, I've had books in this series that were 4, and I've had books in this series that were 3 stars. I don't think I've given a book in this series below a 3 star, but I think that's just something that's normal with longer series. Sometimes you're going to have books that are kind of empty plot-wise, and those are the reasons why I rate them lower. I'm a person who really loves character development and plot-driven stories, so in longer series, I feel like sometimes in the middle books, we kind of get books that are kind of pointless, to be honest. And that's the case with this one right here. I just thought that nothing really happened in here plot-wise. We got a lot of reminiscing from Nefret's point of view. The only thing that I really enjoyed about this book was that we got a new queer romance, so I'm all for that. But plot-wise, it was just fairly empty, and a lot of the elements that were like the most important in this book plot-wise could have been mushed with the previous one or the following book. I I had this same opinion about another book in this series that I read. I can't quite remember which one it is, but I'm going to put the book cover right here. And also, I just wanted to update you guys on like the whole audiobook situation. So I never got a reply back from Scribd support. However, I think they fixed the issue because my audiobook ended up working fine last night. I actually think it might have just been like a bug in the Scribd system, because Scribd is actually two separate apps now. We have Scribd for documents and Everand for ebooks and audiobooks. So it might just be a bug stemming from the separation of all of Scribd's content into two separate apps. So what I ended up doing is I deleted the audiobook from my downloaded titles and I reset the app, or actually I think I deleted the app after that and then reinstalled it, and then I logged back into my account and I went to go find this book again, and the chapters had changed around. Some of them were longer, so I think, like I said, it might have just been like a system bug, but I'm really happy that everything ended up working out in the end, because I finished this book in like 30 hours. I started listening to this last night. Like I said, the issue resolved last night, and I spent the whole entire day listening to this. I was listening to this while I was out running errands, when I was at the library, at the grocery store. I also listened to this while I was cooking, and I also listened to this while I was just relaxing and chilling, like playing on my Switch, as you guys just saw. So I finished this book in like 2 days, or a little under 2 days. So the beginning of my December is going really well in terms of reading so far, so that's really fun. Tomorrow is Sunday, which means it's the start of a brand new weekly vlog, and I also want to try and get some of the prep done for my monthly reset video, so you guys will see all of that in the next weekly vlog. Now, with that reading update out of the way, we have officially reached the end of this really long 2-week weekly vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know by giving it a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button down here somewhere so you never miss a future upload of mine. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, book nerds!